You're born at about 3 feet long and weighing in at a solid 40 pounds. And guess what? You're already on the menu for half the ocean's predators. Sharks, orcas, even the occasional human with a taste for seafood are eyeing you. And no, you don't have any superpowers. All you've got is a tiny, blubbery body and the overwhelming urge to stay glued to your mom. Your mom, by the way, is basically the only thing standing between you and an early trip to the digestive tract of some toothy monster. She's your personal bodyguard, feeding machine, and swim instructor rolled into one. You suckle her milk, a super thick 50% fat concoction closer to yogurt than anything else. This stuff isn't meant for enjoyment. It's a survival pace designed to pack on pounds fast. You'll double your size in weeks, but it's not out of the kindness of nature's heart. It's all about being just slightly too big to eat. Congratulations, you're a dolphin calf who barely knows how to swim. And since you have to keep up with mom in open water, you better learn fast. There's no paddling along at your own pace here. Every stroke is a desperate bid not to get swept away by the currents or left behind as an easy snack. And the worst part is, even if you're learning to swim, you're painfully aware of everything that's circling nearby, ready to turn you into an appetizer. Baby dolphins don't get the luxury of playing in the waves. Every move you make, you're just hoping it doesn't bring the attention of something faster and hungrier. At this point, survival is less about getting where you want to go and more about staying where you are, alive. Yes, you're clever, you're one of the most intelligent species in the ocean, but with great brains comes great anxiety. You've got to keep one eye open even when you're sleeping. You're one of the few animals cursed with unihemispheric slow wave sleep. That means half your brain has to stay awake so you don't drown or get blindsided by a predator. Sweet dreams? Nah, not here. And while being smart might sound like an advantage, it's actually just another twisted joke. You're only smart enough to know you're being hunted, but there's no amount of brain power that can save you from a surprise attack. So, you're stuck in a cycle of awareness, forever on high alert, scanning for shadows, listening for every splash, always a heartbeat away from flipping into full-blown panic. Being part of a pod isn't the warm, fuzzy social network you might expect. It's more like a high-stakes soap opera where everyone's competing for food, space, and attention. In dolphin society, there's a hierarchy, a social ladder you've got to climb if you want to access resources, and later, mates. You've got to impress, play nice, and sometimes fend off rivals who love nothing more than to see you knock down a peg. Your friends are the same dolphins who'll steal your catch if you're not careful. And don't even think about showing off a new trick in front of the pod unless you're prepared for someone else to upstage you. Every dolphin has their whistle, their signature call, but even that can be ignored if someone higher up the food chain decides you're not worth their time. In a pod, you're constantly proving yourself, pretending you're part of the team while knowing full well it's every dolphin for themselves. And no, you're not safe in a pod. You're in a vast open ocean and there's nowhere to hide. Sharks see you as a protein shake with fins, and orcas are the ocean's version of organized crime. If you stray too far from the pod, you're as good as gone. And even if you stick close, a determined predator can still single you out. When danger strikes, it's tail-slapping time. In a group, you form a defensive circle presenting a wall of fins and bodies to any would-be attacker. This is what the scientists politely call protective behavior. But in reality, it's just a desperate attempt to not be the unlucky dolphin that becomes shark food. One wrong move, one flick of a tail that's a little too slow, and you're the day's special on the predator menu. Being smart doesn't make catching fish any easier. Your main hunting tool is echolocation, a kind of biological sonar that lets you sense fish in murky waters. But here's the thing, you have to do this while swimming at top speed, in perfect coordination with other dolphins, all while making sure you don't waste energy. One mistake and the school of fish darts away, leaving you to try and pick off the stragglers. And you might think fish are just flopping around in the water waiting to be caught, but no, they're fast, slippery, and more coordinated than you'd like to admit. Half the time you're chasing a school of fish that's practically laughing at you. Every miss is a reminder that despite all your clever tricks, you're still just another predator with a fin and a prayer. If you thought predators and pod politics were bad, try dealing with humans. Sometimes they're curious, sometimes they're helpful, but too often, they're the cause of some of your biggest headaches. Every year, Thousands of your folk get entangled in fishing nets, caught up in the human obsession with seafood. One wrong turn and you're struggling against the web of nylon with no way out. And even if you avoid the nets, there's the garbage. Swimming through an ocean filled with floating plastic bags, straws, and bottle caps is like living in a dump that stretches for miles. Then there's captivity. If you're unlucky enough to be captured, you'll spend the rest of your life in a tank performing tricks for food. You'll be in a glorified bathtub swimming in circles with no chance of escape. Forget the freedom of the ocean. You're a captive attraction, another prisoner for human entertainment. And when it's finally time to reproduce, don't think for a second it's going to be easy. Male dolphins engage in a bizarre courtship ritual that's as competitive as it is exhausting. You've got to sing just right, perform acrobatics, and flaunt every ounce of strength and coordination you've got, all while hoping your rivals don't outshine you. The females aren't easily impressed, and with a competition this fierce, you'd better bring your A-game. But even if you catch her attention, there's no guarantee. There's always another male lurking nearby, ready to swoop in with a better move, a louder whistle, a stronger leap. You're in a never-ending contest, and failure isn't an option. In the dolphin world, if you're not winning, you're nobody. Once you've survived the predators, outsmarted the competition, and managed to sire a calf or two, you're not off the hook. Now, you're the elder, the one with all the experience, passing down every hard-learned lesson to the younger generation. It's a legacy born out of necessity, where every hunting technique, every survival trick is your way of helping the pod survive another day. Your wisdom is a blueprint of everything that's sucked about your life, handed down like some twisted inheritance. Every dive, every technique, every evasive maneuver gets passed on, shaping the next generation of dolphins who, like you, will have to navigate the unforgiving ocean and hope they make it to adulthood without becoming a shark's lunch. If you thought dolphins had it easy, you couldn't be more wrong. From the moment you're born to the final whistle you blow, it's a fight for every meal, every breath, every day. There's no safety net, no backup plan, just you, your pod, and whatever luck you can muster. So, next time you see a dolphin leaping through the waves, don't be fooled by that smile. It's not joy, it's survival. And as you slip into the water one last time, your story becomes part of the endless ocean. A testament to the fact that, yes, it absolutely sucks to be born a dolphin.